Okay, now we're recording.
All right, I'm Roberta. And these guys have already executed their option, which I am so excited, truly, for you guys. You did really good work, like I said, very quickly, 13 months, and you were done. You guys didn't even have to wait the 2.5 years. But, we're trying to make sure that what we're doing in bridging that gap is what people need, right? You guys didn't necessarily need the whole 2.5 years. It wasn't, you didn't have to do a lot of work. You guys had already done it, so you were positioned a little bit better than a lot of other people. But if you hadn't been, would the time or the bridge going from being a renter to a homeowner, would that have been helpful?
I think it would have been.
Yeah, especially like if your credit's not where it needs to be and you're trying to get it there, it gives you the time needed to build that up to get you to where you can get a house on.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, you guys might have needed a little bit of that, but nothing, major. When I went through it, I needed the full 2 years. It took me 2 years, right, to get myself together. And then you had a new bundle coming, so that was a pressure, right? A pressure point. We want to get it done before the baby comes. What would you? A lot of people don't believe that they can own a home. Did you guys believe that you could when you started?
Eventually, like where we were right then and there, we were, waiting a bit, but then this
funds
option.
weren't quite right there for buying a home, but for the renting process, it was there.
Okay. So, a lot of people we find they either, they don't believe they can own a home, or they don't feel that they deserve it, and then they go through this process and realize, yeah, you really can't.
Yeah.
You can't own a home by getting your position where you need it to be, right? Just because you might not be positioned today, that doesn't mean if you don't have that time, but you have to do the work, right?
Yeah. And I didn't have a ton of established credit, and then it gave me time to go ahead and work on that.
Get yourself together, right? And again, that's what happened to me too. For me, I had things I had to get rid of. I had to get them off my credit, but on the other hand, I still needed to rebuild. So it was one of those things where it really was important to be able to have that time, and that's why we do the 2.5 years, right? So that everybody has the time to do it. But now that you guys have the house and you've purchased and you've executed, what's it like to be homeowners?
I enjoyed it. We got a lot of plans to do with the house and make it more of our own.
Yeah.
So, it's cool.
Excellent.
It's a process, but we're working on it.
It absolutely is a process, right? And it never stops.
Yeah.
Once you become a homeowner, it never stops, because there is always something that you want to do. And you guys have made a beautiful home, and now you have a beautiful baby. So congratulations, really.
Thank you.
And we are so excited for you guys, so that even now that you've bought and executed your option, that doesn't mean that if we have resources available to you guys, then just ask, right? And we'll be more than happy to share. Because like I said, we work with a bunch of local people. And if they can help you guys, more than happy to do that. So, happy homes.
Extremely happy home.
Extremely happy homes. So, and thank you for sharing with other people what it was like. Is there anything else you think other people should know?
I think the process is a lot different because we lived here before buying it, so that was the biggest difference, and just like going to upright like buy a home. So that was just the only difference, really.
Yeah, I think so too. They know you need to do the work. You need to start early, right? And they do ask. You have to have your patience hat on when you're dealing with the banks, because they ask for a lot of things over and over. But it's doable if you do the work in a good time frame. If you're waiting 30 days until you want to buy the house, that's not going to happen. So, but again, extremely happy homes, and thank you guys very much for working with us. And we're just really excited that we were part of the journey.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
So